Welcome out there, Joseph Tudisco here, Just Thought, presenting Acting Like a Business seminar. I think we're doing session 9, and we're going to be talking about the work, okay, what happens after the audition. Now, we did a whole seminar, a whole session, I should say, on the audition process. And please understand that these sessions are just my opinion, and they're worth whatever they're worth. I don't, profess to be an expert on everything. It's just my experience and what I could put out there for you to possibly help some of you people before you get to these situations. I am certainly not a household name when it comes to actors, but I do have many acting credits, and I've been on a lot of sets, major shows, major film, as well as some low-budgeted and short films. So I've been around, as hopefully you might have checked out to see exactly what my credits are on IMDb. So we're talking about the work. A couple of sessions ago, we did the audition process, and I hope it was helpful. And I'm not saying that that's the only way to approach it, or that you have to do this or else you'll never get, booked, or nothing will ever happen for you. It's just a way to cleanse your mind a little bit. I know it works for me. And hopefully you can take some of it or all of it and apply it and make the process a little bit more fluid for you. Okay, so now we're up at the audition. We finished the audition, and we walk out. And again, you need to leave it behind you. Now, a lot of actors will want their agent or manager to get feedback. Hey, what did they say? Did you hear anything? Look, the agent or the manager, if they heard anything, they're going to let you know. I can't impress enough how ridiculous it sounds when you go to an agent after an audition and say, "Did you hear anything? Did they say, did you hear anything?" It's ridiculous. You're really making yourself an annoyance. Your agent or manager will contact you. Now, feedback, forget about feedback. It doesn't exist in the way you think it does. They see so many people. They can't possibly call agents and managers and let them know on every one of the people that came in. And you're not that special where they would just pick you out, unless, of course, you were special. Okay, and they needed to say something. Feedback will be given to you. Don't require it or don't request it. Okay, because if your agent does pick up the phone and say, "Hey, how did Mary do on the audition?" more than likely they're going to give you a stock answer and be politically correct. "Oh, she did a great job, but they went a different way," and that's what they're going to say. So let's not be a pest about feedback. You will get feedback in the reaction from your audition, such as a callback. See, a callback is a feedback. Now, what a callback is that the casting director may want to bring you in because you did something of interest at the audition and they want to see more, or they want to bring the director and producers in to see you and meet you live, because maybe they've seen you on tape, maybe they haven't, and maybe it's the casting director's determination whether to bring you in on a callback or not. So now you've gotten called in for the callback. And what is the callback? Well, the callback is another audition. It's an extension of the audition. And for the most part, I would say, try not to change too much. Just be a little bit more familiar with the scene. If you can add just a little different dynamic to what you've done, fine. But it's what you did that got you the callback. So just try and understand that. Don't go in and try and be way over the top of what you did. A lot of the theory is to wear the same clothes. I guess if you can, but sometimes you just can't. So you just be suggestive. Again, we're trying to wear the same type of clothing. If you shaved and you were clean shaven at the audition and you're going in for the callback and you have a scruff shave, or vice versa, if you went in with the scruff because the look is something that they were interested in. So when you get to the callback, and it's the same process, same mindset, clear your mind, go in for another job, Don't bring the suitcases in again. Hopefully you've unpacked them and left them at home. And you will probably go in and audition for the director and or the producers at the casting director's request, or the director who's seeing the tape at their request. So now you go into the callback and you finish up on that. And it's the same process. You walk, you reflect, and you leave. Because, we spend so much time chasing the audition. Once you get to these points, and once you get to the point of the audition, and you're walking out of the audition or the callback, let that audition or callback now chase you. Okay, and what I mean by that is let it take a life of its own and come after you. Don't prod your agent and your manager and concerns and think and drive yourself crazy. Did I do this? Did I do that? I shouldn't have did this. Maybe I did that. Did I say something wrong? Let it come after you. There are times when I go on an audition or even a callback, and 2 weeks later I forget what it was. I know I went, but I have to really think or maybe check my notes a little bit to see what it was for, because it means nothing anymore. If they want you, they're going to come out and get you. So a callback is a good thing. A callback is your feedback. Understood? Now, once they decide that you're right for the project, it may be difficult for them to say, we want to book him or we want to offer him the job, because there are certain regulations in SAG that will require them to pay you if they decide to change their mind, if they cut the scene, if they cut the character, and it's happened to me so many times where they've cut the character. So they won't say you're booked. What they'll say is this new term that they use, put a pin in him or her. And basically what it is, they want you to be on hold. They want you to make sure your schedule is cleared. And maybe they have 2 or 3 other people that they've pinned for that, because they're not sure. They're really not sure. But it's a good thing. And they might just release you, and then they're not required for any further compensation through SAG because they didn't book you. Or that at that point they may say, we're offering him the job or her the job. And then at that point you know that you're at least locked in for that job as far as being paid. I've seen people being paid and then something happens and they don't do the work. It never happens. It's a rarity, but it does happen. But you will be paid if they don't meet those certain regulations that SAG has in place to protect you, the actor. All right, so now here you are getting ready. You'll probably be called in for wardrobe, to check out what you would be wearing. Sometimes they may ask you to bring in your own stuff. High budget stuff may not. They have so much wardrobe on hand. They have people that handle all that. They'll go in, and you'll usually get a part check, a quarter check or half a check. I forget what it is, for your wardrobe session, and then you're on the way. Then you get your call time. Especially for people who haven't done this yet. If you've done this, then you know what this is all about. But if it's your first time on a big budgeted film or major TV, this is the process. You will be called by by one of the ADs. You'll call time, confirm dates, location, whether you're going to be driving in yourself, or you want to meet their transportation, and those are options. And then you arrive on set. Be early. Don't be late. I have a philosophy: if I'm not 15 minutes early, I'm late. I would be totally embarrassed, and it would just ruin my mental approach if I was late. Now, sometimes it does happen. Sometimes there's problems with transportation. You have a contact number. Call them. Let them know, listen, I'm on the road. The trains are stuck. I should be there in a half hour. I might be a few minutes late. And it's probably okay because they have you coming in usually early anyway. But don't be a diva about being there and just do your job. You're getting paid. If it's a major film, you're getting paid a lot of money. So just be there, be on set, be prepared, okay? And you'll probably go to hair and makeup, and then at some point in time you'll be on set. For you new people who are on set, as a principal actor, as a day player or co-star, act like you've been there before. Don't be starstruck. don't feel like it's difficult not to be intimidated when you're opposite the likes of some named stars and actors. You start thinking, am I capable of doing it? I mean, I went through this. I tell you, am I capable? Can I do this? Oh my God, what if I forget? What if I just calm down? You're going to be fine. You will. You'll get through it. Okay. Don't ask for autographs. Don't ask for pictures. Act like you've been there and you belong there. I was on a set. It was an NBC promo, and I was on set with Richard Belzer from Special Victims Unit. And it was a promo contract, not a lot of money, but they were doing a spoof on Special Victims Unit. And I had a scene with Richard. Don't go any further than asking questions on this scenario. I was actually in a hot tub with Richard Belzer as a suspect, and it was sort of like he was dating the suspects to see who was guilty. It was like these reality goof type of promos, and it was very funny. And in between a take, he said to me, "You mind if I get a picture?" I mean, he's asking me if it's okay. I said, yeah, sure. As long as you give him one for me, too. So I got the picture, and it was very funny. We're in bathing suits, standing in a hot tub. I'm in handcuffs, so it was kind of funny. So in that situation, you could have fun with it, and you loosen up a little bit, and that's a good thing. Okay, so again, be prepared on set. Be a professional. It's the best thing you can do. Don't listen and learn, and don't talk. That's the best way to go, unless you're addressed or whatever. I mean, I've been on sets and have scenes with the stars, and I didn't even say 2 words to them. Maybe they thought I was a snob, but I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't imposing on them. Yeah, a lot of them will chat with you and introduce themselves and shake hands, and that's fine. You get used to it, and you become a little bit looser on set, and it's so enjoyable to be in those environments. EPAs, when you're auditioning for theater, if you're a member of Equity, you'll be allowed to go to these EPAs at Equity office and sign in and audition for the shows coming in. They're required to hold these EPAs. And it's a whole process, not everyone could get in. There's only so many slots. If you're late and you don't get to your slot, they bypass you, and you got to wait till the end. If there's an opening, they'll see you. A lot of times the EPAs are already cast, especially the bigger productions. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't go. If you have a musical theater career going and you enjoy theater, and that's something where you're looking to promote yourself in, go. Even though maybe those roles have been cast, it's good to get in front of these people. Sometimes the casting director isn't there. Sometimes it's the assistant director. But go. It's a great practice. Usually they want a monologue, so it's great to just go in there and work and work and work. But it is an all-day affair most of the time. Cattle calls. What is a cattle call? A cattle call is usually a low-budget project. A lot of times they're non-union, and they don't go through the breakdowns to submit for their their casting needs. They'll just post it somewhere online, and they'll give a date and a location and say 8 o'clock till 10 o'clock at night, and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people show up, and you get in line and you wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. I did a lot of them. I refuse to go to them anymore, nor do I need to. I used to at a certain point, if it was crazy and I saw that they weren't organized, that's a red flag. Be careful. Be careful if they let people in ahead of you. I wouldn't tolerate that. Some people will come in and have no respect for you, and usually it's non-union projects. Not that there's anything wrong with non-union actors, but the type. They'll go up to the person in charge, say, listen, oh no, I got to get to work. I got to get here. I got to get there. Can I get in? Can I get in? It's like, oh, I used to be very vocal and say, listen, we all got somewhere to go. No, I mean, if they do that and they let these people in, I leave. I just leave. And that's how I kind of got away from cattle calls. So be careful. Sometimes a lot of nice things can happen. I've gotten some jobs from cattle calls that were run efficiently, and it wasn't a nightmare. So those are cattle calls. The whole concept of being a professional, you need to start realizing what that means. We've all seen the people that have pushed themselves, manipulated themselves, embarrassed, or tried to embarrass you into letting them do something that they want. First of all, don't be like that. That's the one way to conquer that. Don't be like that, and don't let anybody be like that to you. There's more to be said for you as a person as well as an actor for standing up for what you're entitled to. As far as people getting ahead, as far as them letting people get ahead of you, I always said something. Not always, but I learned to say something, and not be subjected, okay, to all that irresponsibility, lack of consideration that's thrown at you. Okay, so be careful with that. I mean, that's pretty much the way the work will go afterwards. I'm going to be addressing agents and managers and casting directors and the proper protocol and a lot of the way to conduct ourselves with agents and managers and casting. So hopefully you've laughed a little bit, and hopefully a few things have sunk in. And I just hope I'm helping some people out there. Again, all of these sessions are opinion, and they can either apply to you or not. You can use it or not. You can throw it out or not. You can call it stupid, or you call me an idiot. I have people say I don't know what I'm talking about. That's fine. Everyone's entitled to their opinions, and that's what they are. It's all opinions as well as me. It's all my opinion. I believe this industry is a 50-50 industry. And I'll talk a lot more on what I mean by that. But briefly, half the people like what you do and half the people don't. And that's the nature of the business. You can't please everybody. So, do the thing that you feel is right and be consistent with it. And hopefully you'll be able to address the 50% of the people that like you, or like what you're doing, or like what you stand for. But if you keep flip-flopping, one way you're this way, the next day you're this way, then you go back this way, you're going to miss that group, okay? The 50% that you need be a part of. Okay, so that's it for today. I want to tell everyone to stay well. Hopefully everyone is out there working your business every day. What have you done today to promote your career as an actor? And it better be something, because then it's nothing. And if it's nothing, that's what you get. That is a wrap.